Is there a best time of the year that you can retire, or does it not really matter and you could retire any month of the year? You spent your entire life trying to figure out what it's going to be like after you stop working, and this is a pretty momentous occasion. So does it really matter if you squeeze the last little bit of efficiency out of your plan by retiring on a certain month of the year? Well, I have my favorite, but I will tell you that it's very individualized for every single person. And I would categorize the reasons for retiring at a certain time of the year as either a financially motivated side or a emotionally motivated reason. And I'm going to categorize a couple of reasons for you today so you can maybe kind of hone in on a time that may be significant for you. Before we do that, if we haven't met, I'm Nick Davis, founder of Brindle Bay Wealth Management, and I'm here to show you how to retire with calmness and clarity. If you like this stuff, make sure you subscribe so that it comes back on your feed later and you can see it again. Thanks for that. I think that there's one good reason financially to retire at a certain time of the year, and I'll share that with you as we go through this list. But I have about 10 reasons. 5 of them are more financially motivated and 5 of them are more emotionally motivated. So the very first reason you might consider retiring at a certain time of the year is, do you have a pension? Not everybody does, but there is something you may want to do, and that is find out what is your first day of being eligible for that pension. And if you have an old pension, you may want to contact that company and ask for a benefit summary, and that'll help you to understand the answer to that question. So the time that you retire may be somehow tied to your pension. Number 2, does your company have a specific bonus program? For example, Southwest Airlines, known as the Love Company, has their bonuses coming out every February, I'm told. I think it's February 14th to be exact. So if your bonus or your profit share is connected to a certain month, you may retire after that month. Number 3, maximizing your vacation days or your paid time off. If you work at a place, you're probably familiar with when those days are granted. It's not uncommon for people to try to maximize the use of PTO and vacation days. Number 4, what about healthcare? COBRA pays for 18 months. If you're not yet 65, you don't qualify for Medicare. So is working a few more months, where does that fit in terms of the 18 months that you might be covered by COBRA if you're retiring before you're 65? It also gives you some more time to consider, do I need to save some more dollars for out-of-pocket costs, or maybe my company healthcare will cover some of those out-of-pocket costs for something I'm going to be doing that maybe the next program like Medicare may not cover for you. And number 5, which is my favorite reason for on the financial side, is to retire in the first half of the year. And the reason is it gives you time to do some tax planning. So for example, if you make $100,000 a year and you retire during the first quarter, well, then you've only made a quarter of those dollars for the year, which means you could take advantage of the rest of the year and actually do some tax planning. For example, you may have a 401k plan that allows you to front load it and put all of those dollars in. For example, in 2023, if you're over 50 years old, that's $30,000 that you could contribute to a 401k. And that could reduce your income even further, allowing you to then be in that lower tax bracket to do those Roth conversions. So if you have money in a traditional IRA or a traditional 401k, you could convert some of those dollars over into that tax exempt state. And if you have a multi-year plan for doing Roth conversions strategically, you may save yourself quite a bit of money in taxes doing that. So those are the 5 reasons that people tend to retire from a financial perspective. Now there's the other side, which is the emotional side, which is number 6, personal milestones. Number 6 is personal milestones. So you may have started working in June 35 years ago. So you want to, find that work anniversary and retire in June. All right, number 7, what about the emotional reasons of the market? Should you retire based on what's going on in the economy or in the market? The answer is no. You shouldn't allow that to influence when you retire, because your plan should be long-term. As a retiree, you're going to live through every kind of market condition that there is. So trying to figure out when that's going to happen is just not going to be good. We shouldn't live our lives that way. You should have a plan that's resilient against that no matter what happens. So market conditions are not a good reason to figure out what time of the year you should retire. Now, number 8 is family considerations. What if your spouse isn't ready for you to retire? Or what if they're more than ready for you to retire? Or on the flip side, family considerations could also be maybe you're taking care of a family member and it would just be more helpful for you to stop working earlier, which is also something that commonly happens. Number 9, work commitments, special projects that you're working on. We have somebody that's getting ready to retire in June of next year. She is training her replacement. So her project for almost a year now will be for her to actually train her replacement. So do you have a special project at work that could influence the time of year that you retire? Number 10, travel plans. Get an extra summer. Somebody recently retired and they wanted to catch the window of time when they could go to the Upper Peninsula and live in their travel trailer for a few months. And if he would have waited a few more months to retire, he would have missed that summer. Never underestimate the power of getting your extra summers in. You know, there's this thing that I have, it's called your life in weeks. It's a stoic practice to contemplate your mortality. And I got this on Amazon. It's not all a week complete. As you can see, I've got to fill these dots in, but this is every week. So this is when you were born, and then this is like 90 years old. So once I get all these dots filled in, then I'll basically be kind of caught up. What's kind of sobering about this is that this is how many years you have left, right? And it's in weeks. It really causes you to realize there's only so many years for vacations. There's only so many years for summers, for time with your loved ones. So I think that's a really big reason to retire the first half of the year is you get that extra summer. You also get the opportunity to do some tax planning. What about you? What's the best time of year that you're contemplating that you're going to stop working? Let us know in the comments. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see the way that we help people to create calmness and clarity for their next chapter of life, take a look at us at brindleandbay.com. Again, thanks for watching the videos. Please remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you are notified every time a new video comes out.